Welcome to the Wake Tech Community College Dental Assisting Information session. I would encourage you to have paper and a writing utensil handy to take notes. The objectives for today's session will include information on Wake Tech's admissions and clinical application process. We will review the dental assisting program details, and I will explain the competitive selection process. Students seeking enrollment in Wake Tech Health Science programs will submit 2 applications. The first application is an application for general admissions and must be submitted first. This enables the college to create a student record. The second application you will submit will be a health sciences program application, sometimes called a clinical application. This places you in a pool of qualified applicants to be considered for the clinical class or program. The details on this slide offer you information on how to be admitted and enrolled in Wake Tech. We call this phase 1 of admissions. This includes applying to the college. On the main page of the school website, you will find links to the application. Students who have previously attended Wake Tech Community College may also need to submit an application if the last term you attended was longer than a year ago. Applicants will then need to submit official transcripts from high school and college if you attended previous colleges. After the first 5 steps are complete, this includes your transcripts, placement testing if suggested or needed, new student orientation, e-learning orientation if you plan to take online courses, and then you would be recommended to meet with an academic advisor to create an academic plan. Applicants must provide transcripts. Those transcripts must be official, high school, and college. Official means they are unopened by anyone before we receive them. They can be sent electronically from the sending institution. They can be hand-delivered, unopened, or they can be mailed to 9101 Fayetteville Road, Raleigh, North Carolina 27603. College transcripts are officially reviewed after a student has been accepted to the college. We do ask that you allow 4 to 6 weeks for an official evaluation. Official transcripts from accredited institutions will be reviewed against established standard equivalencies. Please make note that advisors do not award transfer credits. It is the student's responsibility to follow up with student records for transfer credit. The email is provided on the screen. After you complete the Wake Tech admission steps, you are now considered a pre-dental assisting student, and you're all set to either schedule advising or come to the Perry Health Sciences campus to be seen in person. The next few slides will review important program details. While admissions to Wake Tech is guaranteed, admissions to specific programs is not automatic. Understanding the admissions process and staying connected with an advisor regularly will help ensure you're on track and fully informed about program requirements. Often, over 50 students apply for a program or clinical seat for the dental assisting program. Out of the applicant pool, we are able to accept 32 students into the program annually. Why is the program limited enrollment? Our accreditation standards dictate that the number of students enrolled must be proportionate to the resources available to the program. Under consideration are the size of our facilities, the number of clinic and lab stations, equipment and technology available, and the number of qualified faculty. How are students selected? We use the point system for each general education course completed at the time of application. You will receive specific points for grades of A, B, or C. Students with the highest points will be selected for the 32 clinical or program seats. Wake Tech's Dental Assisting program is a 3-semester program. The 3 semesters does not include the prerequisite or general education courses students take to earn points. This particular program starts in the fall of every year and is a full-time day program. Students who complete this program graduate as DA2s and can sit for the DANB certification, which is the CDA, and the cost is $810. Our students who are in our program participate in various clinical settings in the spring and the summer terms. Travel is required out of town on Tuesdays from 8 to 5 and Thursdays from 8 to 12 in the spring semester to complete 12 hours per week of the clinic time in DEN 106. 2 out-of-town rotations are mandatory. Our students participate in experiences at Wake County Human Services, Wake Smiles, and Wake Tech Community College's dental hygiene program. They also travel to Adams UNC School of Dentistry in Chapel Hill and East Carolina School of Dental Medicine in Greenville. Summer office experiences will include 2 general practice offices and then your choice of a specialist rotation. Often our students travel to sites from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. and some hours vary based on summer hours. Patient requirements include 3 dental radiography patients, and our students graduate with over 384 hours of hands-on training. Please note that 192 clinical hours must be completed in the spring semester for DEN 106, and 192 clinical hours must be completed in the summer term in DEN 107 to receive a course grade. Therefore, there is a 100% attendance policy for clinical hours. What can you take as a pre-dental assisting student? When students are admitted to the college, they are admitted as pre-dental assisting and can take the general courses that are a part of the diploma program. Those courses include English 111, English Composition, Communications 120 or 231, Interpersonal or Speech Communications, Psychology 118 or Psychology 150, which is Interpersonal Psychology or General Psychology, and the science for this particular program is Biology 106, which is Intro to Anatomy, Physiology, and Microbiology. In some cases, we do have students who take higher level science to fulfill the Bio 106. Please consult an advisor regarding these details. Sciences must have been completed within 5 years of the clinical application deadline to be considered for credit. Sciences beyond 5 years cannot be used. Successful completion of the prerequisites does not guarantee admissions to the program, and transfer biology courses must have labs. This includes anatomy and physiology and microbiology. Below the course listings, you will see the points that are awarded for grades of A, B, or C. This is the point system that we use to admit students to the program. Why does it appear that I can complete the prerequisites or general courses as part of the 3-semester program? The PPG, or the Program Planning Guide that you see on our website, simply displays the courses that are required to be able to earn the diploma. What it doesn't take into consideration is the admissions process and how we use points to select students for the program. So any course that is non-DEN, DEN, can be taken prior, and we use those points and the grades for those courses to determine who gets selected for the 32 seats. So ultimately you take all of these courses, but you don't start calculating the 3 semesters until you're actually admitted into the dental assisting program, and then the way the courses are outlined are followed as printed. There are opportunities to earn extra points in the admissions process for dental assisting. They include students who take anatomy and physiology, Bio 163 or higher level anatomies, and microbiology in place of Bio 106 will receive an extra 5 points in addition to the points for the grade. Class points are awarded based on Bio 106 and not Bio 163 and 175. Students are permitted to take DEN 100, which is oral facial anatomy, and or DEN 111, infection hazard control, prior to the application deadline. You can receive points for the grades. You can email tgriffin4@waketech.edu if interested in taking DEN 100 and or DEN 111 as a pre-dental assisting student. If DEN 111 is completed successfully with a C or better on the final course grade prior to entry into the program, the accepted student will be eligible to participate in the Service Learning Project through Wake Tech in the fall semester at Wake Smiles in Raleigh. Participation in SLP is not mandatory to meet program completion requirements. We also award weighting points for students who applied for previous years, with the max being 10 points. So the first year would be 5 and the second year would be 10. Do you need to be a full-time student? General education courses can be taken part-time or full-time. They can be taken on campus, online, day, afternoons, evenings, and hybrid. The classes you take have point values, and it is better to take fewer and perform better than take too many and suffer. So always consider your life-school balance. We also highly recommend working with an academic advisor to really discuss the time that you have to dedicate towards school and to study time. Please be mindful that although you can be a part-time student when you take your general courses, you do have to commit to longer hours once you are admitted to the program. So it's important to understand points. Often we have over 50 students who apply and we can only accept 32 into the program. So if a student had all A's, that equates to 20 points. If a student had all B's, that equates to 15. And if a student has all C's, that equates to 10. In 2024, we had 49 applicants, and the ranges of those accepted was 49 to 9. In 2025, we had 63 applicants, and the accepted range was from 38 to 16. A summary of the points from last year includes 19 students had taken the separate bios and earned 5 extra points, 8 had taken DEN 100 and earned extra points, 17 had taken DEN 111 and earned extra points, and 5 had reapplied and received those reapplication points. The highest possible points that can be earned with all A's and all extra points is between 45 and 50 points. We are a limited enrollment program. We often cannot admit every highly qualified applicant because of space limitations. There is no wait list. There are accepted students, alternates, and not accepted. Alternates are invited to the program orientation in the event an accepted student declines their seat before the start of the term. Orientation for dental assisting is usually in June. Only those students who turn in the dental application will be considered for the DEN classes. The only exception to this is DEN 100 and DEN 111. Please send updated transcripts if you are enrolling in other courses at other colleges. That way we can take into consideration the course grades that you received for those classes. Dental assisting is a daytime program. Prerequisites or general education courses can be taken as a part-time student, but the clinical programs are full-time day. Applications must be resubmitted on a yearly basis. If a student is not selected for the program, then we highly recommend that you meet with an academic advisor to create a clear academic plan. You can also enroll in DEN 100 or DEN 111 if you chose not to do so prior to applying the first time. Wake Tech also offers a robust offering of workforce and continuing education courses in the dental realm, so you may find a course in that department that may be of interest. Points are calculated at the time the clinical applications are due. The deadline for dental assisting is May 15th. Courses completed after these dates will not be included in the total points calculation for that academic or that application cycle. Working. To be successful in the program, it is recommended to reduce work hours to 10 hours or less per week for the entire time the student is in the program. Our program outcomes we are extremely proud of. Typically, all of our graduates are employed by October 1st. They graduate in the summer prior. 50% were employed by general practice, pediatric, orthodontic, and oral surgery offices before finishing program requirements. To obtain the CDA, applicants must hold one of the following forms of ID: a U.S. driver's license, valid passport, military ID card, U.S. ID card, U.S. government issued permanent resident card with a photo and signature commonly known as the green card, formerly known as the alien registration card. However, graduates of our program are classified as DA2s. Students admitted to programs that require a clinical or work-based learning component will be required to provide the college with an official criminal background check and proof of vaccinations in order to meet the requirements of the clinical site. Please contact LaShonda Mitchell Anderson at 919-747-0105 or her email address, which is provided on the screen, with questions. Please make note of the following important mentionables by the department head. This is a health service job. Soft skills you must possess in this profession include professionalism and ethics, attention to detail, empathy and compassion, effective interpersonal skills. Program completion requirements in order to graduate include earning a C or better in all general education and DEN courses. You cannot progress to the next semester unless all DEN courses are successfully completed with a grade of C or better. 12 professional development hours must be completed by the end of the academic year, the summer term. So in DEN 112, the spring semester, you must secure 3 radiography patients. You must pass 2 full mouth series to receive a passing grade in DEN 112. And a uniform has to be worn in class, labs, and clinicals at all times. Students enrolled in the dental assisting program may be exposed to bloodborne pathogens via blood and bodily fluids during routine procedures. It is difficult to work while in the program. Students who work usually have flexible job schedules or work only during the weekends. If you are accepted or an alternate to this clinical program, attendance at the orientation is mandatory. No exceptions. If you are receiving or applying for financial aid, please make note of the following. This is a special financial aid rule for dental assisting. Federal regulations treat some diploma programs differently when determining enrollment status in financial aid awards. This is due to the programs involving clock hours, which have to be converted to credit hours. The hours are converted based on a federally regulated formula that usually results in lower Pell Grant payments per semester because the program has 1 or more courses that cannot be used toward a 2-year associate's degree. For more information, please select Financial Aid Rules for some diploma programs under the Awards and Refunds section of the Financial Aid website. If you have additional questions, you can speak to Financial Aid at any of our campuses, or you may call their phone number or email them at the information provided on their website. The application process to the dental assisting program is fairly simple. The deadline is May 15th of every year, but the application is available all year long. If you Google Wake Tech Dental Assisting Admissions, you'll be able to access the link to the application and complete it there. To be in a pool of qualified applicants for the dental assisting program, you must turn in the dental assisting program application. You must complete the technical standards portion of the form, and you must make sure that we have all of your educational records on file. We also ask that you complete the information session and the quiz of understanding prior to applying to the program. We thank you for your time today, and we hope we've given you lots of information to consider as you ponder whether you would like to pursue the dental assisting program or you've decided to join us. Please complete the quiz of understanding with a 90% or higher and email hsadvising@waketech.edu once this is done. Then we encourage you to meet with an advisor if you've applied to Wake Tech Community College, or if you have or we have your transcripts, or if you are a current student and want your program changed. If you do have any questions, we do offer virtual appointments that can be scheduled by Googling Wake Tech Health Sciences Advising, or you can also email hsadvising@waketech.edu, and we'll be glad to give you your options for meeting with an academic advisor. Thank you and have a wonderful day.